How's it? Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Green Dog Blitz, hosted by Brian Anderson and Yervon Agobian. Throughout the show, we'll attempt to control the line of scrimmage. Let's get to it. What up, Bry?
Hey, what's up, Yervon, man? It's been a couple of weeks. We took a week off right before Championship Sunday. What were we thinking? So, hey, we got to sharpen our skills a little bit and get to it. What do you say?
Hey, let's get to it. Let's jump right in. I got to say, happy 2026. Once again, here we are. Can't believe it's February already. Postseason football is in the hopper. What? It's Super Bowl time, baby. Like you said, here we go. Headline number one, perhaps. I'll keep it quick. 10 new head coaching hires for the next NFL season cycle. Isn't that a huge amount, Bry?
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, and there's been some that are recycled too, right? I mean, it's not good enough for one team, but I guess it's good enough for another. Let's see how that shakes out.
Hey,
But
one man's garbage is another man's gold, Bry. You know how it is. And
yeah,
so
that worked
let's
out for New England. We'll talk about that. But yeah,
Didn't it? Yeah, very, very relevant conversation, but also as well, I think there's a quicker trigger finger, if you will, to get rid of your coach and yank him if he's not doing well, even after a couple, 3 years or so. There's no more, hey, 4-year contract, build up, get a team going, get a groove. It's like they want results now, and it's a result-driven world and they expect that. So it's kind of the owners being less patient, I believe, is some of the side effect of that.
yeah, you don't want to have a losing team, and if you're not making at least looking like you're making changes or progress, you're going to lose your fan base, right?
What about, like you were saying, is you were referencing Vrabel, right, with New England? They were last in the AFC East, fourth place last year. And
Mhm.
and then he got the job this year, right? And now they flipped the script. They went 4-13. Now they're 13-4, second or first best team. I think we got the two best teams in the Super Bowl this year. I think we agree on that. And Vrabel has got this team in 1 year back to the Super Bowl, if you want to say back, because of all the prior success with Brady and Belichick. Isn't it a crazy, amazing?
Yeah, and then also the Titans are one of those teams that are have a new coach. They fired their coach, and aren't they wishing they kept Vrabel? Maybe I don't know. I don't know how it
Yes,
works, but um,
absolutely, right.
I'm sure that works that way, right?
Uh,
So anyway, yeah. So it is interesting. It'll be interesting. The one that stood out to me a little bit is Stefanski moving from the Browns over to. Did he go to Atlanta? I can't remember where he went, but
mhm.
still, it's a lot of times these head coaching jobs go. The head coaches go back to a defensive order, offensive coordinator, whatever their specialty is. But yeah, we'll see. But that's what keeps it interesting, and that's what we
It
like.
does.
It gives
I
us
think
something to talk about.
Stefanski, yeah, the Stefanski thing, I think people were intrigued by him, even though he came from the Browns. Maybe they just thought he made the playoffs a few times with the Browns, and that's kind of a semi-miracle, so he must be a somewhat great coach.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
I was
something
there
there.
thinking. That's funny.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah,
of coaches,
yeah.
big news. Belichick does not make the Hall of Fame. Um, wow, I guess what, Brian? It's not good enough, all
I
the rings.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think that maybe personality plays into it a little bit. And maybe, I don't know, it shouldn't. But I think he might be a little bit of a difficult personality, and I don't know him, but that's a little bit what I've heard. But still, I mean, like his pedigree is amazing, right? Um, so who knows what's behind all that? Um, what do you
I
make of it?
think I make of it as well, I was talking to in a Blake's take, we were talking a couple days ago with him, and we were talking about Robert Kraft kind of piggybacking off Belichick, also as well not getting in the Hall of Fame
Mm,
this year. He was informed. And so both of them not in. And so he was saying, isn't it kind of obvious that no one's talking about Deflategate? No
mm,
one's talking about you know what I mean? What else was there? There was Spygate. And so I think some of these Hall of Famers that are the voters, they keep receipts and they don't want their cherished NFL to be a mockery of or be
mhm.
cheated. And maybe that was a personal barb for them and they kept them out. But to me, you got to separate that personalness and appreciate what they did on the field. And if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I'm half these guys, I'm sure we're cheating too. So what do they have their reasoning to be? So put them in office merits that they're on the field, both of them, right?
Yeah, and what you have a limited amount of people you can induct each year, I assume. So there's what,
Hmm.
five? Not that these players should be ahead of them, but there's Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald,
Hmm.
Kuechly. I don't know how to
Yep.
pronounce it.
Kegley, I think.
Adam, Adam Vinatieri and Roger Craig. Of course, Vinatieri has got an incredible career. Roger Craig, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he's a Minnesota boy, so props to him. And I don't know who Luke is, but
Larry Fitz, I gotta say, yeah. All those guys I say are make it seven then. All
well, right. I
seven
don't know
deserve
why
it.
there's
Give
a
me a
limit to
break.
it, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, we gotta move
interesting.
on.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
we got we're not on thank gosh we're not on that voting panel. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
All right. What about anything to go with red carpet spotlight, Brian? Do we have anything? One game left? Any fashion?
Well, jumping down, yeah. I mean, you've done more of the research on the fashion side of things. So why don't you take this one, Yervon? Because
Just on this game, I know you're pretty sharp dressed, your guy yourself, but
right.
Seattle Seahawks are wearing all blue unis, college blue, they call it, blue helmet, blue pants, blue jersey, blue whole nine yards. And they are subsequently undefeated in this uni combo so far this year. Side note.
Mm.
And what about the Patriots, you ask? Their familiar silver helmet, and they're going all white below. They're going white jersey, white pants, and they are undefeated wearing that color combo this year.
Coming
And
in
what and
pure.
right, and one more factoid. Um, this will be the first time in a Super Bowl that both teams will be wearing monochromatic uniforms,
Mm.
all the same colors. And then the Patriots, Brian, if you were wondering, are the home team.
All right. Good to know. I think what they should do with those monochromatic uniforms is have a belt, to break it up a little bit. It's, uh, maybe that different
I like
color
it.
that they
Mhm.
normally use. But
Or
speaking
maybe
of
some
red,
different color socks.
right, but I
Hmm.
guess then it wouldn't be
Hmm.
monochromatic, right? Then there you go. Anyway, speaking of red carpet and fashion, for those of you who can't see us, we are donning our Green Dog Blitz merch. Both of us wearing shirts of different shades. So that's kind of fun. And then we both got our hats on of the team that we love so dearly and are so passionate about, the Vikings and the Rams. So those, who knows, maybe one of those teams will be representing next year at SoFi Stadium. We'll see. All right.
Oh,
Hey, what so it's Super Bowl time. Can kind of ease into that a little bit. Maybe I was talking about trivia, but before we get there, let's do a little positive yardage. What do you say there? I'm gonna mix it up a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit,
Yeah,
So
perfect.
kind of a staple of the Green Dog Blitz. And each year the NFL honors awards are given out, and that last night happened to be the night. So we're recording a little bit late, but we wanted to make sure we get everything, all our ducks in a row before we had our recording. So the awards included everything between the Don Shula High School Coach Award, NFL Fan of the Year Award. They even had a Sportsmanship Award, which, it's a great honorable thing, but you don't really want to get that based on the other things you could get. Rookie of the Year, Moment of the Year, Best Play, which was kind of cool. Rookie of the Year, MVP, and so on. You can search NFL Honors Awards to see that list of players. And although those awards are well deserved and honorable, we like to spotlight on the Green Dog Blitz awards that are given to NFL players for their excellence on and off the field. And each team nominates one for the Walter Payton Award. And this year, the winner was former Seahawk and the first Washington Commander
Drum roll.
ever to win the award, and that was Bobby Wagner.
Oh,
And
no way.
yeah, he's an incredible defensive player on the field. He's actually got a pretty big move play in the Super Bowl last time the Patriots and the Seahawks played. Check that
Yeah.
out. But what he did off the field obviously stands out amongst the other players. He gave a speech at the award last night and honored his parents, his late mom in particular, and said that she really is who the award should be honored to or given, named after, whatever, in his honor, just because of the way that she lifted him up. And she said, "I always got you, man. I always got you." And she believed in him and his talent. And he says that everybody in that room, including all of our listeners here today, you and me, Yerv, we can always band together and we can make a difference and we can get people, if you see somebody down and out, we can pick them up and we say, we got you. So I thought that was pretty cool. Props to Bobby Wagner. This has kind of come to fruition, a crescendo, so to speak, with the positive yardage. So here we go. Hats off to
Oh,
Bobby.
hats off to Bobby. Nice. And awesome, Brian. You're right. Everybody can lift each other up. All you got to do is just go through the motions and have the action in your heart, and you got it.
You got it, man.
Yeah. And so what else? That's a great way. You can look up more information, NFL.com as well, right? All those
Definitely
awards.
encourage you to do that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And then I was thinking about another segment before we get into trivia, because I want to know some of your burning trivia questions that I might be able to unlock in my brain, or probably not. But before we go there, no respect. One of my favorite segments.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect.
Me too.
No respect. New England Patriots. Why? We got two teams left, and they're the underdog, so they're getting no respect. That's the way I look at it. And aren't they the home team? We got a home dog in San Francisco. Okay, the line opened at minus 3.5, and now it has moved to minus 4.5, or excuse me, plus in this situation, because we're talking about the underdog. So the Patriots are plus 3.5 opening. Now it's plus 4.5. So that means everybody thinks that they're going to lose. Come on, guys, give them some respect. Let's see what's happening. They're going to play. I thought it would be a little tighter line than this, but we will see. It's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait. And that was a fun doing a no respect segment every week throughout our show. Hope our listeners enjoyed our ride along this season. GreenDogBlitz listenership. We appreciate y'all. We're international. We're stateside. We appreciate it. We're also on YouTube, and yours truly and Brian, you can hear us in your ears, I'm sure right now, whatever listening favorite app you have. Thank you.
Nice. I love it, dude. All right, let's do it. Let's have some fun. Little
Cool.
timeout for trivia. All right. I've got four questions. That's it. We're gonna just kind of shoot through these. I think that's it. Obviously, the Super Bowl is a big deal. Millions of listeners, not only across America but around the world. And most people probably aren't even tuning in for the game. They're tuning in for the commercials or the halftime show or whatever. So let's start with commercials. What Super Bowl, Yorban, commercial is widely credited with changing the entire Super Bowl advertising game and becoming one of the most iconic ads of all time? I'll give you choices. All right.
Okay.
Is
I'm gonna
it
need them.
A? Yeah, no doubt. I'm not coming in soft today, baby. It's the Super
Uh,
Bowl.
all right.
All right. Is it the Budweiser Frogs? Remember them? Budweiser. Is it Apple's 1984? I hadn't practiced that, by the way. Or C, Old Spice, the man your man could smell like? Or is it D, Volkswagen, the Force?
Oh my gosh, guys.
All
Um,
right.
I was thinking it might be something else, but that wasn't it. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna go with. I've got to go with the Bud. You said. I'm gonna go with the frogs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it actually dates a little bit farther back than that to Apple. The Macintosh ad debuted during the Super Bowl. I don't know, XV111, whatever that is. And it's
Okay.
considered to be the ad that made Super Bowl commercials a cultural phenomenon. So
Okay.
I think back in the day, it was one of the most expensive commercials. Actually, every year they are the most expensive.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. And speaking of expensive, which Super Bowl ad is considered the most expensive of all time? Costing around $26 million, including airtime and production. Is it A, Chrysler, imported from Detroit? Let's hope not, because do you remember that one? Google, Loretta, Amazon, Mind Reader, or Pepsi, Cindy Crawford?
Oh my gosh, guys.
I'm not.
What was number three?
Number three is Amazon's Mind Reader. I
Give
don't
it to
remember any
me.
of these, honestly. You got it,
Give it to
man.
me.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That
I
was
figured they got a lot of money.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
only 3 years ago, and it starred Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live. All right, buddy. These might be a little bit easier, maybe not, but approximately how much did a 30-second commercial? I thought I had some actual football trivia here, but they're all commercials. Sorry about that. How much did a 30-second commercial cost during the very first Super Bowl ad in 1967?
whoa.
Was it? So we're going back a ways. 1967 was at $37,500, $125,000, $500,000, or a million.
125.
125. It was a measly $37,500.
Oh my. Okay. Wow.
Compare that to $26 million today.
Ooh,
$26
that's
million
inflation
for
for you,
and
baby. That's inflation
yeah.
for you. Uh,
Actually, I don't think that's even right. I think it's only 8 to 10 million, but still, but probably for the production, all that stuff, it is
yeah.
26 million. All right, here we go. Some football. What dramatic play sealed the victory of for the Patriots in the Super Bowl last time they played? I think it was 2015.
Mhm.
Was it a 100-yard kickoff return, a game-winning field goal, a goal line interception, or a fumble recovery for a touchdown?
I want to say it was intercepted at the end zone and ran back. Intercepted.
Partially correct. That was a fumble, correct? But anyway, it was a goal line interception by
Yeah.
Malcolm Butler on the 1 yard line. It's arguably
Yeah.
one of the most criticized plays in NFL
Pete
history. The
Carroll.
Seahawks,
Pete Carroll called
yeah,
that,
right.
right? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Because they had Marshawn Lynch. They were literally on the
Hmm.
goal line, like
Hmm.
a half a yard play or something. They
Yeah.
throw it, and there's a guy coming
Oh.
through a crossing route, and
Hand
Russell
it to the
Wilson.
beast. Get beast mode. Come on. What was going
Exactly.
on there? Oh my gosh.
Hindsight's 2020. So, all
Yep.
right, man.
All right.
Fun stuff.
That
There's
was
a
yeah, it was.
yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
And I'll be watching the ads too. Don't get me wrong. I don't miss the ads. Some people walk away, do their thing, smoke, but smoke a cigarette, check out your smoked ribs on the smoker. I don't know why smoke's the theme, but it is. And then and they come back, and then watch or miss the halftime show, throw some football in the yard, which I'll do sometimes. I'm guilty of. But like in general, I sit for the commercials. It's part of the whole spectrum for me. And by the way, what's your favorite munchie to bring to a Super Bowl party, Brian? What do you bring?
Oh boy, I bring myself and I just devour whatever the host has. That's kind of guessed I am. I don't know, man. I'm a big chip and dip guy. So a
Yeah.
good dip,
Yep.
and then or chip or crackers or
Yep.
pitas or peanut bread or
Sure.
whatever. That's
Okay.
kind of me. How about
Yeah,
you?
I like a good I like a good French onion dip if you're going to bring a dip
Hmm.
over. That'd be great. French onion dip with some like ridged potato chips. Oh, so good. I don't mind munching on some maybe some if they're fresh carrots and celery with a little ranchy or French onion dip once again.
Hmm.
But if I really want to try because I enjoy it. My favorite is a seven layer bean dip.
Yep.
I love that
I'm
thing,
with you,
man.
man. I'm with you totally.
So good.
Yes.
And then chicken wings. Chicken wings are awesome. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
of
like chicken
course.
wings? Of course, that's standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I'm getting
Yeah.
hungry, baby. All right. Are we gonna go? Oh, you know what it is? Are we doing the game next? Is that where we're at right now? The last game
Yeah.
pick of the season? All right. Is
Ooh,
that where we're at?
yeah. What?
All
Where
right.
are we at? Yeah. I mean, we gonna crack and stack a 1 pack, or what do we do here?
All right, Bri. You took the words right out of my mouth, baby. It's time to crack, stack, baby. It's all the marbles on the table. Winner take all. Super Bowl champ. Loser goes home. Ugh. All right, here we go. We mentioned it before. Currently, we are recording this on the 6th of February, and the line is minus 4.5 for the favorite Seattle. It's in San Francisco. We've talked about a few things already in this podcast. You want to start with something? Give me some knowledge. I don't know. What do you got?
Well, hey, they both they're the last two standing. So, I think you throw everything out the window. The Patriots, um, well, I'll get to them in a second, but the Seahawks, they've won seven in a row, man. They don't even know what it's like to lose at this point. So I think the Patriots have won like three or four in a row. This is at the end of the season, so add a couple more for the playoffs. So I was digging in a little bit, and here's where my rabbit trail took me. I was looking at like defensive stats, offensive stats, even special team, and what I found was that special teams everything was close, but special team advantage Seahawks. But side note, total tangent. Ready? One thing caught my eye: the Dallas Cowboys. They only punted 11 times last season or this season. 11 times. That's like once every other game practically. So that was a little shocking. But so the team with the most punts with 35 is known. They have a strong reputation for going for it on fourth down. Can you guess who that might be?
Gotta be one of these two teams. Gotta be the team you're talking about right
No,
now.
no. It's not. It's totally different. But a name, the team that probably should have been in the conversation, the Detroit Lions. They had the most punts. Total tangent, like I said. All right, let's get back to the game. Sorry. Interesting though. Yeah. Right. Also, speaking of special teams, the two teams with the top most longest punt returns were the Seahawks and the Patriots with 95 and 94 yards. Both had 2 touchdowns. Like I said, they're both very close offensively and defensively. But right now, I think that it's going to come down to talent, which both teams have. Both teams have grit, but I think that New England has actually a little bit more, and it's going to come down to luck. And who knows who's going to have the luck that day. But to answer your question, I'll get back to you. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, no problem. Interesting. I kind of did a little digging too, not heavy, but I looked at my analytics. Most people have it around 60% Seattle, 40% New England. That's kind of coin tossy in my mind. It could go, and especially if you're getting the points, with New England. And they're both 14-3. Like you said, both very capable offenses. But the defense wins championships, right, Bry?
Yeah.
At least I've heard that a few times. And you've got to give the best defense right now to Seattle. But I'm not proclaiming them the crown right now. I think that there's a few glaring things that stand out on each team. As far as New England, they are one of the highest blitzing teams in the NFL.
Hmm.
They will blitz, blitz, blitz. And guess who's not very much of a mobile quarterback per se?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, you know.
Hmm.
So that could be an issue. And then I did some more digging and I realized on the other side of the defense, the Seahawks play some of the most nickel packages in the NFL on defense. And you would think that they'd be susceptible to giving up some run if they do that. But they also uncharacteristically don't give up a lot of run yards either, even though they're playing in the nickel. So you got to beat them over the top. And so Drake May's got to be able to do that. I also think that Drake May can do some moves with his feet a little bit. He's comfortable outside the pocket. So if this becomes a couple scramble here, a couple scramble broken play, always in a game, he can have some opportunities. I think it's going to be a really who's got the ball, like you said, last man standing with the clock in their hand and the ball, making the decision to go forward or kick a field goal or hang on for the defense or whatever. It's going to be fascinating. And both great special teams, you're right. So it's going to be fascinating. My one question is, did you know who the last 5 opponents that the Seahawks beat to get to this point are, Brian? You mentioned a winning streak.
Hmm.
How about this? The last 5 teams they won in order, from least recent to recent: Rams, Panthers, Niners, Rams. What? The last 5 games they've played 2 division foes twice. That and beat Carolina. Okay. So you know what? They know both those teams. They played the Niners and the Rams, and they should have beaten Carolina, but who else are the last 5 games have they beaten? And they had a bye week in between the last couple games. Like the Seahawks, who have they gotten to beat to this point? So I'm a little questioning that. Patriots have gone through the Jets, Miami, Chargers, Texans, Broncos. They've had some war wounds and overcame. But what did the Seahawks have? They beat 2 division foes. Is that supposed to be harder or easier? I don't know. So I'm curious about that. But what's your pick?
Well, another thing that I thought was interesting, we were talking about
Mhm.
coaches that got fired. New England played 9 of those 10 teams. 9 of those 10 teams. They lasted 2 of them throughout the season. Or maybe they won. I think, yeah, they lasted the Bills and the Raiders. And then Seattle actually played 5 of the 10 teams. So it's interesting. I mean, you have to consider, I guess, I think this is where the Drake May MVP conversation, direction went a little bit for some. But you look at the strength of schedule, and Seattle probably had a stronger or a more difficult, more challenging schedule throughout the year, and they still ended up both with the same record. But who cares? You got to play the cards you dealt, right? So here's the deal. I think a lot of things do point to Seattle, but I'm not one to go the direction of the compass points. So I do think it comes down to grit and luck. And I think, forget about luck, I think New England's got the grit. Vrabel's a good leader in that. Drake May is going to be a scrambler, and they've got these kind of none of these superstars. They've got good players, but it's going to be these kind of, as New England does, has these under whelming, maybe, under superstar type thing, who really rise to the occasion, and that's gonna happen. So I'm taking the points. Give me 4.5 points, and I'll take New England all day long, baby.
Wow, bye. You know what? I've kind of talked myself into last couple days. I've been, going back and forth last week, and I think, I mean, you got JS in receiving it with Seattle, who's awesome, but then you got the Wiley Diggs, wide receiver, Stephon Diggs on the other end. What? Don't
Yeah,
forget about him.
hungry. He's
He can
hungry.
have, yeah, he wants one big moment. It's all he needs. You know what I mean? He's a veteran. He ain't gonna wilt. And so that'll be fun to watch those two guys and see if they can put their stamp on this game. And then Walker, the third man, he was a beast at running that game in the playoffs so far. But they don't have Chardonnay anymore, and he was the guy that got in the end zone more than
Mm.
Walker. So when Walker gets injured, they got nobody behind him. So oof, that makes me nervous. Trayvon Henderson on the other end, his countermate with New England running it, he's hit or miss. He's got some fumble issues, so that could play into game. This is a big game. You better not be hanging on that ball, Henderson. And so Darnold versus May, baby. Here we go. Like you said on our pre-production meeting, it's Pearl Jam versus Aerosmith, baby. And I'm taking. Give me. You know what? Give me New England, baby. Give me New England. I'm with you, baby. I'm piggybacking, Bry. We're gonna finish strong
Nice.
together. Yeah,
Let's do it.
we're gonna cross the tape together and hold hands and finish the marathon together. So here we go. So
Fantastic. I love
yeah,
this.
plus 4.5. I'll take it. I think you're right. I think there's a will and a way. Sam Darnold played the game of his life to get here. Can he duplicate it? I hope he does. All the luck. But I think New England's got a little more savviness to him. Give it to me. A little more all well-rounded. Give it to me.
All right. Start of a dynasty for Drake May. Um, Fantastic, man. That's exciting. I love it. I love the breakdown.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we end up on the same page. Like you said, holding our hands, crossing the finish line together. That's great. So,
Yeah.
um, cool, man. Well, hey, as we always close out,
Yeah.
we always like to shine a light on the Hot Mess Express. You got something for me before
I
we
got something
close her
for
out for the
you.
season?
Of course. We're going to finish in style, baby. And thanks again for riding with us on this Hot Mess Express all season. GreenDogBlitz will be back with the preseason, I'm sure, of next year. So stay tuned. Also, Hot Mess Express, candidate NFL Pro Bowl. Come on, guys. What are we doing? They're playing. I can't even get through this seriously. They're playing a game on a Tuesday before the Super Bowl, not even a Sunday. They just said, you know what? We're going to put it on the weakest day on TV and hope we get something, And then it's like a flag football game with some weird, like, I don't know, events in between, and the whole thing was just bizarre. And I didn't even watch it. I
I
just
was gonna
reading
ask.
about it was VR. No, I didn't even watch it. The whole thing's just bizarre, though, the concept. And I know they're trying to push flag football and everything, but you know what? I know it was in Honolulu. At least the players enjoy going out to Hawaii. You know what? Just say hell with the Pro Bowl. Just name a Pro Bowl roster so these players can get their bonuses. Fly them out to Hawaii. Have them do a promo for a couple days with their charity. Give them a charity money to say they're very charity. Give them a
Yeah.
tour around. Give them a tour around, maybe like the Pearl Harbor area, US's Arizona, do a little history, take them to a luau, fly
Mhm.
out their family and say, hey, the rest of 5 days are on you. Congratulations. And heck with this game stuff, right?
I love it. I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. And bring a
perfect.
couple of your favorite fans with you, right?
I like it. All
Your
right, Bry.
favorite
That's good.
podcasters.
Let's go.
uh,
All right, Bry. That was
all
fun. It was
right,
a great
man.
season. I enjoyed it. It was right. It was so fun riding shotgun with you. And we will be back. What do they say? Unless the creek rises and swallows us all, but I don't think so. We'll be back, baby, like a bad rash, Green Dog Blitz, right?
Absolutely. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Always great to be your co-host, to see you and hang out with you and stay connected in this way. I got to give a shout out to the legendary Dale Menton for always staying hanging with us. He is the wind beneath our wings, so to speak. He's the one who says, "I got you, guys," and he encourages us to do it. So thank you, Dale. Love you, man.
Oh,
And
oh, hats
yeah,
off,
hats
Dale.
off
You're
to
the
Dale.
man. Yeah,
He
Dale.
is the
Dale is the
man.
man. He makes it sound good. He's the engineer. He's the recorder. He's the splicer. He's the guy. If you want to get monetary with us, you call him up. He'll broker a deal. He's our agent.
That's
He's been in
right.
the showbiz for a while. He knows how to handle all that stuff. So thanks again for listening to Green Dog Blitz. It's been fun. And if you want to listen to be a psycho during the off season, listen to our shows. They will be available. Our back shows from last couple of weeks or throughout the season. Feel free to listen to the whole season again during the off season. And
Why not?
Green Dog Blitz, baby.
We live on forever, baby. All
I
right.
love it.
All right. Well, that does it. This is our final show of the season, everybody. All right. May the best team win this week. May your team win. Throw that money down and may your team win. Good luck with that. Thanks for joining us for this wild ride. Wild ride. We call the Green Dog Blitz. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Eat lots. Don't talk during the commercials. All right, buddy. That's it. Hats off to a great season. You've been listening to Green Dog Blitz with Anderson and Agopian. We'll catch you next season.